Let's go to letter C. This is kind of the big one. All right. So Executive Order 1415-7. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but this was so in February of 2025, the Trump administration released this executive order designating cartels and certain other criminal organizations, designating them as foreign terror organizations. Now, this is a big deal. Okay, this is going to seriously impact your CTF risk, or countering the financing of terror CFT risk, because these what were previously drug cartels are now terrorist organizations. Okay, now you might be thinking, well, Kevin, dealing with drug cartels was bad enough, wasn't it? Yes, cartels, you wanted to avoid them previously. But now that they are designated foreign terror organizations, that fundamentally alters how the federal government can approach them. Okay, so in other words, and you might be thinking, okay, first off, why did they designate these cartels as foreign terror organizations? Well, they had several reasons. They said that these cartels were working with other terrorist organizations and other foreign, how did they say it? Antagonistic foreign regimes is how they phrased it. So like Iran and, other state sponsors of terror. They had complex adaptive systems. So in other words, they were using kind of asymmetric warfare in the way a terror organization would. And they were also infiltrating other foreign governments and taking over segments of Mexico. And for instance, I don't know if you've been noticing, but there was quite a bit of hullabaloo around Venezuela recently. Well, that was part of the reason of this designation, is that these cartels were taking over governments similar to a terror organization the way they would. So they have this list of cartels, and they've been updating it over the course of the year. So I'm not going to get into the list itself, but you just need to understand, as soon as they are designated a foreign terror organization, that's a fundamental change. In fact, it brings a lot more of the federal power into play when we're dealing with these same organizations. Previously, it was a law enforcement area, and there were certain limitations, even on the sanctions program. However, once you get into the US Anti-Terrorism Act, which focuses on these cartels, suddenly there is a whole lot more that the federal government can do. Now you're not just dealing with law enforcement, you're also dealing with the United States military. You're also dealing with the CIA and, other assets that generally speaking aren't brought to bear with respect to like general organized crime. Also, keep in mind that this Anti-Terrorism Act, it makes it a crime to provide material support to a terror organization. Okay, so now it's a criminal offense to provide material support. And you and your management team need to understand that material support, it is a very broad concept, and we don't have any regulations on what exactly is material support. But keep in mind, that's providing any property, any service, any money. It includes financial services. All right. So providing financial services to a designated terror organization is now a criminal act, right? There's also civil liability that pops up. So it may not be your financial institution that's getting into trouble because they're operating in some of these cartel territories. It could be one of your customers that's operating in one of these cartel territories, and they could be opening themselves up to civil liability. So all of that to say that it was one of those executive orders that came out when we were getting a lot of executive orders. This one fundamentally changed the landscape, especially with respect to transactions going in and out of Mexico and South America, where these designated terror organizations are operating. Okay, we'll get to more of it here in a little bit, because there's a lot that's fallen out based on that change.